Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mandi, author of 10 young adult novels so far. Welcome to a reading recap. Sorry, I got a little distracted by the yawning of the dog. I wasn't sure what that sound was. We have an actual stack of books, guys. I didn't finish the stack of books. I finished one, spoilers, but we have a stack, which hasn't happened in like 2 years or something. So this is my stack plus, wait, hold on, let's make the stack complete. This is my stack, I'm so excited, plus one, an audiobook. So let's get into it. I did math at the start of January because I wanted to, this year, I wanted to read and to like actually see the TBR hopefully shrinking. So at the start of January, after adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books to my shelves from Christmas, 2 of those just went on the shelf because I'd already read them. No, actually, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 of those books I hadn't read yet and would have got on the TBR. Anyway, point is, counting whichever of those books, I had 76 books on my like actual TBR, which is a giant stack here, plus the box which I've pulled out from under my desk because I'm going to be reading them. But also there's 9 books. I don't know if you can see this shelf over here. Let me check. Yes, you can. This is a variety of books that I haven't actually read, so they belong on the TBR. But they were specifically bought for research purposes for my fantasy King Arthur series that I'm writing. So I have Tales of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. I have King Arthur and the Knights. I have Tolkien's The Fall of Arthur. I have Arthurian Myths. I have Arthurian Romances. And then there's also Dragons and Fairies. So that's my research shelf that I haven't actually read. But we're counting them. So the 76 plus those 9 books puts us at 85. So 85 books that we're trying to read this year. Dogs. So, didn't actually finish any of those 85 books, but the one book that I read was Lady Susan, very early in the month. I got it for Christmas. I've read it before. It's my favorite Jane Austen. It's also a tiny little thing, so it was easy to finish. So yeah, I read that very early in the month. And then the reading became more sporadic. So, the next book off the TBR that I was reading, 80/30, we are a grand 47 pages into it. This is a Ted Dekker book set in biblical times. Yeah, I haven't made it very far, but it's been interesting so far. Ted Dekker is typically a, like, I cannot put it down kind of book, but I have been sick for 2 weeks. I am exhausted from my job when I get home from it. I have not been reading, and it hasn't hooked me enough yet that I can't put it back down, which might be saying something about Ted Dekker, but it might also just be saying something about me as a reader who hasn't read in a while, getting my gears oiled out, you know, like way out of practice. I do adore Ted Dekker books though, and it's been really good so far. So there's that. The other book that I'm reading fiction-wise, sorry, I should probably be up here when I'm talking to you. The other book that I'm reading fiction-wise is not specifically on my TBR. It's a book that I promised I would give a review for. It's a fantasy, fairies, kind of dark and brutal situation. I am best friends, not with this author, but with her sister-in-law. Yes. Yes. That's the relation there. Anyway, I think the first time I met her was at my best friend's wedding. That could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, and that's when we discovered we were both writers, and then, you know, she asked if I'd read a book, and then here we are, and it's been forever, and I have not been reading it. I'm a terrible human being. But we are... Hold on, that's not a page number. We are 179 pages into this book, so... making some... that was not in January, guys. I mean, some was in January, but not all of that. So those are the books that I haven't finished. Plus, I've been reading an audiobook, which I have like 10 more chapters of. 50 chapters total. There's like 10 more to go. But I didn't finish it in January, so I can't say I finished it. Anyway, Britney Spears' memoir, The Woman in Me, which is so funny to me. I'm not specifically a Britney Spears fan. I don't go out of my way to listen to her music. I don't dislike it. Like, if it comes on the radio, I listen to it. It's fine. It's whatever. Actually, sometimes I have a lot of fun when it comes on the radio. I like it. But, no, I'm not a fan. I don't listen to it, like, in my own time. You know, if it happens to be on the radio, I'll listen to it, but I don't go looking for her music. And I don't really know anything about her life. And, like, I only have the vaguest remembrance of the shaving of the head being a big deal when I was young. And then more recently, the, like, free Britney hashtags. Anyway, limited understanding of this person. Never would have read her memoir of my own accord. Except I did. But specifically because one of my writing friends, Chris Ann, who I mention a lot on this channel because she's the one who kickstarted the I Should Be a Book Coach train. I adore her. Anyway, Chris Ann mentioned that she was reading it and that she really enjoyed it. And then she gave this really beautiful, poetic, like, light in a dark world, we all need hope kind of, like, review of it. And I was like, interesting. Now I'm curious. So then I started listening to it, and actually it's been really good, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm gonna finish it. Probably see. I listened to it when I was going to bed, so probably between tonight and tomorrow I will finish it, because I've only got about an hour left. Yeah. Anyway, so those are the unfinished things. The last finished book. Wait till I stand up before I talk again. I'm really bad at this. It's not on the TBR. It's on the professional development TBR, because I also have one of those, and they are not counted in the 86. So I finally finished, guys. I finished No Perfect Kids 10 months later. It's fine. I used to do this thing for about two straight years, I think. Two? I want to say 2. I was reading a book on professional development every single month. Sometimes it was children related because I'm a nanny, and now I'm a preschool teacher. And sometimes it was more writing related because, you know, that's like my whole thing. Yeah, so I was reading a book a month on professional development, and then I got to this book last April, and then I hit what I refuse to call burnout, and then we didn't read it, but we've read it now, so good job us. This was a really good one. There was a lot of good stuff. The entire reading vlog review thing is already up on my channel, so you can go watch it if you so desire. It was really good. There was some really actionable stuff in here. It was good. I laughed. I cried. It moved me, Bob. So that's it on the reading. So finished. I only technically finished Lady Susan and then the No Perfect Kids, which was in a different column. But I did read in 80/30. I did read, well, listen to The Woman in Me. No shade to audiobooks. It's just not typically how I read anything. This is like my second audiobook in my entire reading career. It's not a very audio person usually. Anyway, I'm going to stop shading the audiobooks. And then I'm reading Isabel's book. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the whole thing. So, reading-wise, I did a reading log. I did a reading log where I was highlighting, you know, days I was reading. The first 2 weeks of the month were great, and then it was like I read once that week, and once that week, and once this week. We kind of fell off the bandwagon, but moving forward, we'll try and pick that back up again. I don't know. The sum of it is I still have 85 books on my TBR. We did not get rid of any of them, but we also didn't add any books, so that's positive, right? Yes. Huzzah. I will see you next month for the next reading recap, in which I will have done a professional development book, because we are getting back on that train, and I will have finished at least one book. I don't know which one, probably 80/30. But I will finish one book. That is the goal. Finish one book by the end of February. And it's a leap year, so I have 29 days to do it. Huzzah. That's the whole deal. Okay. I'm done now.